Wonderful, Vicky Thornley. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy training schedule to talk to us and all the readers that hear the boat sing. Tell me, what is it like being off the water?
Yeah, it's very different, as it is for everybody around the world right now. Our kind of usual day-to-day training has changed. Obviously, we're not on the water. I'm doing all my training at home, and all of it land-based. So either on the ergo or weights or cycling, a bit of running. So it's kind of nice, there's a bit of variety in it, but obviously missing being out in the water, especially as the weather's been incredible in the UK the last couple of weeks, which is unusual. And I went for a run down the river on Sunday, and the water was like mirror flat, the sun was shining, and I was like, perfect day for a scull, but not to be.
It is really perfect weather in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful at the moment, which is making the whole thing like a lot better. I think if it was raining outside and stuff, I think it would be difficult to keep people's spirits up. So the weather's definitely helping.
Well, I must say that you're sharing some of your training on social media has actually done a lot for a lot of people, and please don't underestimate the enormous benefit it has to people's well-being to see elite athletes like yourself taking the time to share some of their training.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping if this helps a few people, then that's kind of the aim of it, really, because I know it's difficult to motivate yourself to train when you're on your own and you're not in your club environment or whatever. So if it's just helping people keeping their training ticking along, that's absolutely the idea behind it, and also to have a little bit of company myself, even if it's via Instagram.
So tell me, what is it that you miss most about not being on the water?
Obviously, we row to be on the water, and the ergo is sometimes a necessary evil to make you fast on the water. So just that feeling of being out and the freedom that you get from being in the boat, I really miss. And just working with the team around me as well. So obviously, I'm in contact with my coach and my support, the GB support team. But that's just it's via the internet or via a phone call. It's not really the same as that day-to-day, just little conversations you have here and there that kind of make the days, you learn more every day just by those little conversations you have, and you don't have them the same in this situation. So I'm missing that kind of interaction with my coach and my support team, but also the team around me, the athletes. So obviously a lot of the time I spend in the boat on my own, but around me is a massive team. Obviously the British team is a huge team, so I'm used to having those people around me rowing past me on the lake, giving me some banter or whatever, and then in the crew room, between sessions, just having that banter between athletes and just the kind of usual camaraderie that us rowers take up the sport really for.
So scullers really do actually like training with other people?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a single sculler now, but I rowed in the 8 in London and I rowed in the double in Rio, so I love rowing with other people and kind of that team aspect of it as well. But at the moment, I'm loving the challenge of the single. So I feel like I'm lucky that I've gone through that. I've been to the biggest boat and then to a smaller boat and now to the smallest boat, and having that kind of spread amongst the different team sizes I've worked with has been really insightful and shows how actually rowing and the different boat types just take so much. They take very different kind of qualities. You need different strengths, and there's parts of it in a team environment you've got to really work with other people and understand how your behaviour comes across to others. But in an 8, that's kind of dissipated a bit because it's such a big group. But then in a double, it's obviously very concentrated. You spend a lot of time with one other person and the coach, and then obviously in the single, there's no one else in the boat with you, but your relationship with the coach is a lot closer because it's only them that's giving you feedback. So it's very different, and I've loved learning about the different boat types because of that experience I've had.
The double is an amazing boat because you really do feel the other person through the water, don't you? It's an incredible boat.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of my favourite boats because you have a lot of influence over it, because there's only 2 of you in the boat. But also the seats are very different. So I've rowed in the stroke seat and the bow seat and raced in both seats, and they're very different. They feel very different than the jobs that you need to do in each seat are very different. So it's a boat that you have a lot of feeling in, but it's also quite quick. So obviously in the single you have all the feel and it's just you, but in the double it's quite a lot markedly quicker. So it runs really nicely, and when it goes well, you get a really nice feeling of run off the finish. And so I really like the double.
And when it comes to the ergometer, is your answer enjoy or endure?
I think you have to enjoy, and at points, of course, sometimes it's very much endure, because some days you get off on and your legs feel heavy, and there's no way of rowing it better like the boat to make you feel any better. It's just going to be like, this session's going to be hard, and for 20k my legs are going to hurt. And then there's other days you get on and you feel like, oh, I feel awesome, and 20k goes by in a breeze and the numbers are good and you feel great. And that's just the nature of training, that's the nature of definitely the ergo. But you have to try and find enjoyment in it, because otherwise it would be pretty miserable. So, there's obviously ups and downs, and you have definitely a love-hate relationship with it. But at the moment I'm trying to enjoy the sessions that feel good, and then just deal and get on with the sessions that don't feel so good.
And sometimes you can get on the ergometer and actually not think you're going to have a very good session, and somehow just something kicks in and you get off at the end of the session and you say, wow, that was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely a case. I often find that with like the half-hour rate 20 sessions that we do. We do them on a Wednesday, second session, and they're definitely, sometimes you can feel like you're on your knees, and then you get on and it goes really well, and you pull close to your PB or you pull PB, and then the other days you think, oh, I feel all right, and you're on for it. You feel like you're going to be on for a good one, and then the opposite happens. So that's definitely a session where sometimes you're just not sure what's going to happen until you're 5 minutes in, and then you're like, okay, this is going to be horrendous. The scores aren't great, or I'm on for a good one. Let's see what I can do, kind of thing. So yeah, absolutely, it can sometimes your body can surprise you.
Now, when you're on the ergometer, are you one of these people? If you're on for 30 minutes, are you looking at the numbers on the screen, or are you listening to music? Which one is it? Because ergometer people fall into two camps.
No, both. Today, when I did my live Instagram workout, I didn't have any music on the background, mainly because I was doing it in my garden, and it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't think my neighbours would have appreciated me putting the tunes on, and I had my headset in to speak a little bit about my session to who was following. But normally I do play music, just nice to pass the time. But I also obviously concentrate on the numbers. But the number, on a UT2 steady session, it's the numbers are that they're kind of there, and it's just about being consistent and holding on to form as you get tired. But yeah, definitely like listening to playlists and trying to find out some more playlists and things now to keep it interesting.
Now, obviously you were headed for the Olympics. Obviously you're training on. So, for the record, are you aiming for Tokyo next year?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic, because I know our readers would really like to know that, and to hear it from the horse's mouth is absolutely fantastic, and many of your fans will be thrilled that you are training on. How disruptive is it? You obviously had a countdown. Every athlete, when they're headed for elite competition, says, I'm 6 months out, I'm 3 months out, I'm 2 months out. How disruptive was it to reset that whole calendar?
Yeah, I think it's more in your mind, I reckon, in terms of how the program works. I put the trust in Jürgen Grobler, who's our chief coach, and he'll write the program to make sure that we arrive in July 2021 in the best shape possible. Mentally, yes, we've got to adapt and reassess, and now it's going to be difficult to maintain momentum and motivation. Now we haven't got anything to race this year, so going through a whole season just basically training, like rowers spend a lot of time training and not much time racing anyway in a normal season, and this season is just training, no racing. We're obviously going to have pieces within our program and things like that to aim towards, but it's not the same as obviously lining up against 5 other people and racing side by side. So I think the first part is getting through this season and making sure we get good training in and maintaining like motivation and momentum through this, and then obviously we'll have a short break like we normally do, and then start up the Olympic year for a second time. So I think it's sectioning it into two parts, finishing this season in the way that we want, and then starting up the next one. And yeah, it's difficult because it's a big kind of change, but you just have to reassess. It's the right decision, and it's just kind of the way the dice have been rolled this time. And everybody around the world in whatever sport or profession, they're having to compromise and change their plans, and we're just a small part of that. So, but in the bigger picture, it is only sport, and as long as we stay healthy and all that, that's the priority at the end of the day.
Now, you had a famous silver medal Olympic partnership with Kath Granger. What was the funniest incident? I mean, everybody who trains with somebody has a funny incident. What was the funniest incident you've had with Kath in a boat? Or out of a boat?
The funniest? I'm not sure. I don't know about a funny. I can't remember about a funny one at the time. I guess actually, we're in Razy just before the Olympics, and we've gone out and the weather was quite nice. And if anyone knows Razy Lake, Italy, it can be quite up and down in terms of the conditions. And whilst we were out on the lake, all of a sudden the wind just totally blew up. And it's when the water turns like a green colour, and that's the time when you're like, right, we need to get in because it's about to kick off. And when the wind builds up there, the water gets really rough. And we were just like sinking, and we were still like painless to get back. And I just remember there being a lot of water coming into the boat. I'm not sure we'd be able to get in or not. We got there, we managed to get our boat in quite easily, but then the women's eight were on the landing stage, and the boat was literally nearly getting hooked onto the landing stage. They were really struggling to get their boat out. So it was an interesting experience. We managed to get off, we were all okay, but yeah, that was a good standout session just before the Olympic Games. But in terms of funny, I can't really think of one. I remember one that stood out in particular was the race in Lucerne, where I started about 10 strokes and I caught a boat stopping crab, which wasn't ideal. It was my first season with Catherine, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm in a double with Catherine race, and I just caught a boat stopping crab and was doing final in Lucerne. Not ideal. At the time, I was obviously mortified and very, very upset, but now I can look back at it with a bit of a, oh dear, that wasn't ideal.
No, well, these things do happen, don't they?
They do, yeah. Even when you're you'd like to think at your best, you can still make mistakes like that.
Yes. Now, look, we've had a wonderful interview, and I know we could go on much longer, but we want to keep the format nice and tight. Can I just say, again, thank you on behalf of everybody who enjoys your sharing your training. And would you kindly sign off with a greeting for all the people out there who, like you, wish they could be in boats but are having to sit on ergometers instead?
I'm totally there with you. I'm doing a lot of my training on the Ergo, and it is tough going, but definitely when we get back in the boat, we'll be stronger for it, because there's nothing like the Ergo to make you fit and strong. So keep remembering that we will come out of this soon, and we will be back on the water feeling that amazing feeling we do get from the boat, and we'll be fitter and stronger, therefore the boat will sing even more.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Now, Vicky, I'll just stop my recording there.